Welcome back to another Jake Bakes. This is week 4 of our holiday special, and today I wanted to bring something in that's going to warm your soul, and it's something that I love on a cold, chilly winter day, and that's a big cup of chai tea swirling with milk and sugar. And I wanted to put that in something that I could take with me on the road, and that is my chai shortbread. It's so buttery and crumbly, and those spices of the chai come right through, and it's absolutely delicious. This is going to be your new favorite, so let's get started baking. The best thing about shortbread is that it requires very few ingredients. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of unsalted butter, which is 2 sticks, 1 stick is half a cup, a half a cup of confectioner's sugar, which seems a little bit weird because most cookies or anything that you bake is typically granulated sugar, but we're using confectioner's sugar, about a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then about 2 tablespoons of chai tea loose leaf. And then the process of this, ultra simple. Could not get more simple. Just gonna stick your butter in a bowl, and I put mine relatively cold. It doesn't need to be like pie crust frozen cold, but unwrap both of those. Then I get my flour, 2 cups of flour, all purpose in this regard because we don't want too much gluten. And a little fun fact, the reason why it's called shortbread, which I've been asked a lot, is because of its texture. Pastry is considered short when there's not a lot of gluten involved. So that's why it's called shortbread. It's also why when you use like Crisco or anything like that, it's called shortening. It's because it's coating that flour and not allowing gluten to form, making it a short pastry, making it more crumbly and tender. So there you go, you learned something today too. So 2 cups of flour to my 1 cup of butter, and I'm going to add my half a cup of confectioner's sugar, also known as powdered sugar. And then my chai tea all goes in, just like that. And now, you're just going to take this and rub this all together. It's going to be a little messy till it starts to form together, but it's going to be just like a pie crust. You're wanting to rub it all in until it starts to get crumbly like breadcrumbs. So this is going to take just a few minutes, and I love it because it just smells so good. So now that we've got it pretty much mixed, you can see that if I just squeeze it, it starts to hold together just like a dough. But it's too dry yet for cookies. We want it to just stick together wholly without it sort of looking like crumblies. So what I'm going to do that is just add about a tablespoon or so of vanilla extract. And if at the end of it you feel like it's still a little too dry, you can always add a little bit of milk to bring it together. But start with this only first, because I promise this will start to get it to stick together without actually having to add any more liquid to it. And you're looking for a really stiff dough, not something that's going to be pretty wet that you could pick up pretty easily. So actually, you'll see right now, that did the trick. You basically pick up this whole thing, like that. So now the easy part goes in the fridge for about an hour or 2 to firm up. We're going to pull it out, cut it, get it in the oven, and be done. Let's get this in saran wrap, which I've got out here, some cling film. And you're going to want to form it into a log as best as possible. So get this here. I just wrap it up first this way, because you want to chill it. You want to chill every cookie dough that you use because it helps the fat to sort of firm up again. And so instead of getting flat, lifeless cookies, you get really delicious cookies that are always consistent. Some people struggle with consistency in their cookies. This takes that sort of worry out of it. There you go. So you have this little log. Stick it in the freezer for about an hour or 2, and as soon as it starts to firm up, you can slice these up. So let's get this in the fridge. We'll see you back in just a few hours. Alrighty, so I already have some of these baking in the oven, but I wanted to finish it off and show you guys how to sort of get this from this little log into, usable format. Because it's going to be really firm. It's going to feel almost like a stick of butter. So all you're going to do is slice this. I like to slice it pretty thinly because these bake pretty well. And they're going to puff up in the oven too. So they end up getting nice and deliciously golden brown. Alrighty, so then you just place these on the tray. I like to do little bite-sized ones because everybody likes to share them. It's easy. You can make a ton of them this way, and you just pop one in your mouth. That's super nice. I'm gonna save these, fold that back up. Alrighty, so I'm gonna get these in the oven. These cook pretty quickly, about 375 for about 10 to 12 minutes until they just start to turn golden brown around the edges. The cookies are nice and set, and they are cool. We can do the final thing, which is glaze them and get them looking nice and pretty. So I'm just gonna take that glaze that we made with the gingerbread, and I'm gonna dip these in, give it a little bit of a swirl, pull them out, shake off the excess glaze, and let them sit back on parchment paper until they harden. That'll take a few minutes or to a little bit hour, depending on how humid your kitchen is, really. All right, they're so crumbly and delicious. All right. So good. And then while these are still wet, they still have that nice glaze on them. What I like to do is sprinkle a little bit of extra spice on top with that cinnamon. So I just sprinkle ever so lightly on top. Gives them a nice sort of spice at that very finish on the bite. It's absolutely delicious. Alrighty. So I'll let these set off to cool. Oh, I have this plate here. And I can't wait to try these. I've made these before so many times, and they are so good. They are so warm and so delicious. That shortbread is buttery delicious. And I'm gonna try it right now. Imagine like the milkiest, sweetest, spiciest cup of tea just in a cookie. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. This needs a cup of milk. I'm gonna dip this in here because this is gonna be a perfect one to leave out for Santa. I promise you'll get better toys this way. This recipe, fantastic. You saw it. It's so simple and so easy. If you like this recipe, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Join us next week for week 5, week 6. I don't even know what week it is. Holidays are going on so long, I'm so tired. But come back anyway, and we will see you here next time for Jake Bakes Holiday Bakes. Thank you, guys.
That was good.
I don't even know what week it is.